Hi everyone, JB here and welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. In this episode, we are at the Mistful Forest, but why? Well, the truth is that when we did the previous side quest, Medical Necessities, we could have got another chest, but I was at a bit of a too low level to actually get it. So I'm going to come back and I'm actually going to get the chest now. So the first thing you want to do is sneak past the enemies. We're coming back here later, don't worry, as I completely fail to dodge the enemies as I said I would. So we're coming back here later. So why are we here now? The answer being that there is one chest that we could have got earlier, but we didn't because to be honest, we were too weak. And if we ran into any of the enemies, chances are we would have died. So what we want to do is sneak past this guy here. We're going to go up this bridge. The reason we're doing it now, even though we're coming back later, is this is the last opportunity to grab this chest. So when you hand in the Liberl Media quest, the opportunity to grab this chest passes. You won't be able to get this chest again. So we're just going to sneak past everyone and get the high jumpsuit. And we're going to equip it onto Joshua. It just gives a slight boost to defense, so we're going to put that on him. So I'm going to meet you back at the Roland Bracer Guild. And we're back. We are going to report to Ina. But first of all... Oh, Estelle and Joshua. Shara, what are you doing here? This is a rare occasion. You're usually out and about. I just finished the jobs I took over for your father, and I was reporting to the guild. So you finished your load too, huh? Somehow or other, I guess. I heard from Ina that you guys aren't doing too bad yourselves. I guess everything I went through to train the two of you amounted to something. Haha, or tee. I don't know how to... Here's the thing, right? When you translate laughing, it just doesn't sound right in English. So, tee, we're grateful too. Well, I guess we'll report in as well then. Go ahead, let's see what you've got. Reported about escorting the reporters. And you will receive payment. You should have 4 BP and 2000 mirror. So at this point in the game, you should have 42 BP total. And you'll get Junior Bracer 7th class and Eagle Vision as a perk. And you can see enemies from a distance. It's useful for avoiding enemies. Let's put it that way. Good work, you two. How about you, Shahrazad? Don't you think they've done a fine job? For a bunch of newbies, you did an average job. But you shouldn't be satisfied with that level of work. Especially you, Estelle. You're always the first to get on that high horse of yours. Okay, I get it already. Great work, all of you. I'm surprised that we were able to fill the work gap left by Cassius so quickly. I wonder if we'll be able to relax for a bit now. I don't know. I can imagine that the downtime might be a bit of a drag. Well, that won't be a problem since there are plenty of other small jobs like patrolling the roads and exterminating monsters that we've already done. It's been a while since I've been able to take a break. Alright, it's time for my reward. I'm going to drink until I can't drink anymore tonight. Estelle, Joshua, you two join me as well. We have to watch you get plastered and make a fool of yourself. Oh, so what you're saying is that you're turning down my invitation. You've got a lot of nerve to do something like that to your mentor. What am I supposed to say? Your drinking habits are intolerable. You cause a ruckus, starts like a maniac, and try to strip in public. Agreed. It's pretty embarrassing. Shahrazad, just where do you think you're going to take these underage kids? Come on, the alcohol is what makes things entertaining. But if you're so against coming on with me, then I don't need you, Estelle. But really? Yep. Wow. Instead, I'll just have Joshua make up for your absence. Why me? Shara? Now hold on a minute. Joshua, you look like you'll make a fine companion. Whether we're talking booze or something else behind closed doors, I'll help break you in. Wow. Break me in? Alright, you big pervert, Joshua. Why are you drooling like that? It's not what you think. It is exactly what you think. I can tell you as a male that it is exactly what you think. We've got a major problem. Huh? Mayor Klaus? Estelle, Joshua and Shahrazad, am I glad to see you? Saved by the bell. What's wrong, sir, and why are you in such a hurry? This is terrible. My home, disaster, it's gone. What? Alright, calm down, Mayor Klaus. Take a deep breath and let it all out. Ah. Ah. Apparently, it seemed as though my home was robbed while I was out. What? That's not being calm at all, Estelle. I had something to speak with Father Divine about, so I was over at the chapel, and when I came home it was rather odd for no one to greet me at the door, so I looked around and the rooms were in a state of great disarray. I think I gave an old man voice previously, but my throat's hurting, so no. Wait, what about your wife and Lita? Don't worry, they're both fine. I found them locked up in the attic room. That's a relief to hear. It's lucky that no harm came to anyone. It won't get us anywhere just sitting around here, so could you take us to the crime scene, Mayor Klaus? Absolutely. I appreciate your cooperation. Wait for me, I'm going too. Good idea. We may be able to be of some help. Well, if you insist. Ina will be at the mayor's place investigating the incident. If you have anything come up, just toss it on Ridge's shoulders. I don't think we ever meet Ridge. I'm sure he's just relaxing at the bar anyway. Yes, I'll do that. And everyone, be careful. That's one hell of a mess. Wow, this place is an absolute mess. The crooks really tore through here. Look at the safe. The septium, which was supposed to be given to Her Majesty the Queen, has been stolen. I'm really sorry, especially after having you to go all the trouble to bring it here. It's not you who should be apologising, it's the crooks who are in the wrong. By the way, how are the other rooms in the house? The other rooms for the most part appear to have been left untouched. They're about as messy as the attic room in which my wife and Lita were locked up in. Estelle, Joshua, there's something I want you to do. Which is? I'll speak with the mayor about the incident. I want you to check out the inside of the house. You mean like an on-site investigation? Are you sure we're up to the task? Since we're all here, splitting up would be the best way to cover the most ground, no? Alright, we'll see what we can do. Be prudent and accurate. Alright, Mayor Klaus, how about we talk in the parlour? Sure, now where should I begin? Well, at the beginning, I hope. An on-site investigation, huh? I'm starting to get butterflies in my stomach. How about we start in this room? And let's not forget to ask for witness statements from the other residents. Sounds like a plan. It does indeed, so the first thing we want to do is check the safe itself. The gift that we delivered to the mayor from the Queen is missing, obviously. Those crooks are not going to get away with this. It doesn't look like they jimmied the door either. They must have decrypted the combination and opened it, or... Could they really have cracked the combination? It's not impossible, but I imagine it'd be difficult for anyone besides a skilled pro. My best guess is that they figured out the combination using a much simpler means. What do you mean by simpler means? Well, let's see. They could have, for example, dusted the buttons with a special powder. A powder like that would have absorptive properties, and due to its fineness, it would have been invisible to the naked eye. However, if a blue light were placed over it, it would glow. Alright, and? Now let's imagine for a minute that the mayor entered the combination with the powder present. The powder on the buttons would stick to his fingers and come off. This would be one way to know which buttons were pressed. Now wait a minute, wouldn't they still not know the order in which the buttons were pressed? That's not exactly the case. As the powder collected on the fingers increased, the amount taken from the buttons would decrease. In other words, the cooks could press the buttons in order starting from the least luminescent. It might be a little more difficult if there were duplicate numbers, but the crooks should be able to make a pretty good guess as to what they are. That makes sense. Joshua, are you a genius or something? That's just basic knowledge. Anyway, let's check out the buttons. Just as I thought, powder was used. Now there's no doubt in my mind that this safe was opened using the same method I just explained. Oh right. Now the big question is, who dusted the buttons with that powder? We know it would have to be at least somebody who visited the residence. Right, now figure out who that is. That's going to be the tricky part. If only there was somebody in this room who had a portrait earlier that would have told us who it was. If you haven't guessed by now, to be honest, you really should have. But anyway, check the balcony here. Look, there are some marks on this railing. You're right, and they're fresh too. It looks like something metal dug into the wood. Indeed. So, next off, we actually want to go up into the attic. And you want to pick up this thing here. Huh? What's this? Found the survey leaf. That'll be for later on in the investigation. Don't you think it's a bit strange for a leaf to be in a place like this? On top of that, it's not a type that grows around here. You're sharp, Estelle. This is the place where the residents were locked up. It was probably dropped by one of the criminals as they were locking everybody up. So it's a key piece of material evidence, right? Indeed it is, and the next thing you want to do is ask the residents themselves, not named Mayor Klaus. So you want to talk to the maid here. I had such a scare. I was cleaning up the attic when suddenly a bunch of masked men came barging in. Masked men, huh? That means this wasn't a one-man job. How many people were there in this group? I'd probably guess about 3 or 4. Oh, that reminds me, one of them was short. It might have even been a girl. Can you tell who it is yet? Anyway, next thing I want to do is go in here and talk to his wife, who is called... Not Estelle. Are you alright, Mum? There's wife. That's right. They were so lazy they didn't give her a name. Yes, I'm fine. The intruders weren't violent towards us. Is there anything you noticed in particular about the intruders? They were wearing masks, so I wouldn't be able to tell you about any specific features. That reminds me, I'm certain the front door was locked. I locked the door just to be safe since my husband had gone to the chapel and there was just the 2 of us here. I wonder how in the world they got in. Via a ladder on the roof, which we already know because we checked the balcony. Next thing we want to do is check the front door. They said that the door was locked at the time of the burglary, right? It doesn't look like the lock's been broken either. Which means they got in another way. Indeed they did. Huh. Anyway, once that's all done, you want to talk to Shahrazad. I had the mayor run me through all the details. How about you two? Did you find anything? We found lots of new evidence. Alright, then let's check the details one by one and see what you've come up with. First off, what were the criminals after? They were after the septum in the safe. Yes, your choices from here on out do matter. How many of them were there? There was a group of 3 or 4. We know this because Lita told us. Where did they get into the house from? We know this because we checked the balcony. From the terrace on the 2nd floor. Point blank, what is the portrait of those thought to have committed the crime? A traveller who visited recently. Because somebody had to have visited recently. Wow, you did a good job investigating. It looks like we'll be able to specify who the criminals are with this information. Mayor Klaus, come over the past 2 or 3 days, have you had any new faces in your study? When you put it that way, I guess there's been a number of people. That reporter from the magazine company was one. Oh, so those 2 came to visit you too, huh? But at the time of the crime, they were with us at the Esmeralda Tower. I think we can cross them off the list of suspects. I see, so Mayor Klaus, were there any others? Other than that, there was only Gisette. But let's not kid ourselves here. I think it would be a bit of a stretch for her to be our thief. After all, she's a student at the Royal Academy. Criminals aren't always dressed so they can be easily spotted. As for a school uniform, if someone put their mind to it, they could just create a replica. But I'm telling you, she was a really nice girl. She was modest and courteous. Right, Joshua? I'm sorry to say this, but I completely disagree. Huh? During that time, when the mayor put the septum into the safe, that girl's eyes lit up like a hunter's, eyeing her prey. Of course, since I had no conclusive evidence, I couldn't call her out on it. But at least to me, she didn't look like any ordinary student. You must be joking. Unbelievable. At any rate, it looks like we're going to have to ask this girl a few questions. You wouldn't happen to know where she is, would you? If I remember right, she should be staying at the hotel. But she said something about taking off from Roland sometime today. Well, it looks like we're going to have to hurry then. Estelle, Joshua, let's try the hotel first. Right. Understood. So, Shahrazad joins the party as a playable character. She starts off at level 12, Shahrazad Harvey. her equipment. Oh, come on. There we go. Equipment. She uses a whip. She'll have an armor vest and spikes. We'll sort her accessories out later. In terms of her orbments, like Joshua, she's specific to one type of quartz, and she is specific to wind. We will adjust her orbments another time, but right now we're going to do the investigation. So the first thing you want to do is head over to the Hotel Roland, which is right here. And you want to speak to a receptionist. Talk. Estelle, Joshua, and even Shahrazad. Is something the matter? Do you remember a girl named Josette? She's a student from the Royal Academy who should be staying here. Of course I remember her, but she checked out just a moment ago. She ran away. Shoot, we're a minute too late. Let's hurry to the landing port. We might be able to catch her there. She really didn't seem like a bad girl. Indeed. Next thing I want to do is head to the Roland landing port. So go up here, chase the birds away. And then we want to talk to the guy at the reception, whose name escapes me. Alan, there we go. Please excuse the delay. The airliner should be arriving any time now, so please be patient. Yo, Alan, it's us if you haven't noticed. Oh, it's you guys. Oh, and Shahrazad too. Thank you, Idios, for this feast of the eyes. So, what's up? You didn't by any chance happen to see a girl in a school uniform around here, did you? A girl in a school uniform? A school uniform from where? From the Genis Royal Academy. Oh, baby, those uniforms are so hot. Alan is even more of a pervert than anyone else we've met so far. The contrast of those neatly pleated white skirts and navy blue socks. Oh yes, I can see them now. I totally forgot what the boys' uniforms look like though. This is one obsession I just don't get. Thus defineth man's eternal struggle. Back on topic here, so you didn't see a girl in the Royal Academy uniform? Nope, not this month, and believe me, I watch for those. Wow. I check all the passengers boarding and disembarking, so I can tell you at least that she hasn't come here. Which means that she came to Roland using the roads without using an airliner. This complicates things. Our search field suddenly got much bigger. Come to think of it, there must be others, so they've got to be hiding somewhere. Wait, that reminds me! What does, Estelle? Pull out when's dinner? If you picked up the survey sleeve in your investigation, you'll have the option to bring it out here. I strongly suggest, if you want max BP, that you do so. If you want max BP, you must do so. I almost forgot that we found this. Could this be some sort of clue? Oh right, we did find that. How did you forget, Joshua? Shara, do you know of any places nearby where cervase trees grow? Cervase trees, huh? I'm pretty certain they grow in Mistwold, south of Roland. So when people say that they don't grow near here, Mistwold counts as near here, right? You know this. It's like a 5-minute walk. Mistwold, that's the forest in the opposite direction from home as Roland, right? Yes, we were visited there twice. I don't get JRPG logic sometimes. This is one of those times. It seems like it's worth looking into. That settles it. Let's hit up the highway through Roland Southgate. You're really excited, aren't you? Well, whatever it is, good luck. Indeed, whatever it is, good luck. And we aren't really going to need it because we know what we're doing. But we're going to leave it there. But first of all, we're going to have another cutscene. Wait up, you're running like a crazy lunatic. Who could just walk at a time like this? Stop smoking. Maybe I should think about cutting back on those blasted cigarettes. What are you two up to? You kids again, huh? Actually, we've got to get to Bose ASAP. But the airliner's not even here yet. I know, that's why we're heading there on foot. It'll take some time, but it's not a distance that we can't cover by ourselves. Well, don't wear yourselves out too badly. By the way, are you after a scoop or something? Yeah, and the mother of all scoops too. No time to talk, we've got to make it there today. I wonder if Niall's going to be alright. See you later, Estelle, Joshua. Well, aren't they a lovely pair? Friends of yours? Those were the reporters from one of the jobs Dad asked us to take over. I wonder what's going on. Indeed, I wonder what's going on. We aren't actually going to leave it there. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe for more. I've been JB. This has been The Legend of Heroes Trolls in the Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.